NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Breida. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On second down, a run with Breida. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The Chargers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
When you enter the game as the AFC Player of the Week award winner, you expect runs like that and then some.
It was fun to watch him in the opener last week in Week 1. He was spectacular and hoping for more here in Week 2. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down for the touchdown. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a quick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On second and a couple, Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And some room to maneuver. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Nasir Adderley that time making the tackle. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson, right side. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Now Herbert following the turnover. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Allen the man in motion right. On second down, Eckler. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens will take over here just shy of the 30. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well.
He's got a man, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Dobbins trying the left side. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing is Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to not get away.
Tucker's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Charger drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. In motion comes the tight end left. On 2nd and a yard. Herbert escaping the pressure right. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
It's a gain of 8. And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
Under their strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
It's Eckler again.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and
9. Herbert. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 24-yard line. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On second down, Spiller looking for space. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. His first touchdown here in the new campaign as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson finds his man over the middle. It's Likely. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson now. And this throw will be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's 21-3. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Here's Jackson to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker with the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no
return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And the tight end goes in motion left. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Flushed out right. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Following the fumble recovery, Herbert. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. This will be caught at about the 5. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Jalen Guyton as time expires in the first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point good by Hopkins. And they open the lead up now to 25. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, you're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll send the tight end in motion left. From the 50, here's Herbert. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. So, Charles, they are well on their way to a 2-0 start. Now, last week, they had the close victory. This one more commanding, much more comfortable.
Well, the sense we got from them was that last week they felt like they didn't play their best. They got the win, but they weren't really on top of their game. But they put it all together here in this one, haven't they? What an impressive, impressive performance.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. Eluding the pressure. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On 2nd and 2, Jackson.
That'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down. Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Jackson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 60 yards.
They'll run with Dobbins.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively. They're on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
One more time with Dobbins.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
60 yards on the ground for him so far.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt.
Jackson will keep it, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Lamar Jackson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25.
42, Ravens 17. Justin
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
Herbert off of play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure, he's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18.
Makes the score Chargers 42, Ravens 24.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Gerald Everett, 74 yards. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Hopkins with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Offense set at the line for this next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs... And now look at this! Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
And maybe some indecision there on what looked to be an RPO. He wound up keeping it, but that defense right on him to strip it away.
And typically when we see that type of indecision on an RPO, that means it's well defended. He had nowhere to go with it, and that allowed the defense to get to him.
And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there for L.A. And even 50 yards. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. Didn't take long, one play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Man open left side, it's Williams. And that's a touchdown, but hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
A 9-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the Ravens' 4-yard line.
Here's Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Austin Eckler from 4 yards out. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's taken on the 25. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling, held it to an okay gain.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Jackson. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Some back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And it's a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
From the 27, Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. In motion goes the tight end. Again, Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. In motion, the tight end. Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now Jackson on first down, going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now here is another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Go ahead.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Tucker with the extra point. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.